Hello soulmates, we are going to learn how to cut this particular collar. So this tutorial focuses on the collar, not the dress. This is an A-line dress. It's a simple dress and that anyone will know. Then for this sleeve, I already have a tutorial on how I cut this sleeve. This is a full cap sleeve, so you can check out in our tutorials, and if you want to learn how to cut this sleeve, we already have a tutorial on that. You can check it out and learn from there. But for this particular lesson, we focus on just the collar, how we are going to cut and achieve this collar. So if looks like what you want to learn, then stay tuned. Hello soulmates, I'll be explaining how to draft out a pattern for your halter neck collar. This tutorial, the emphasis is on how to create the collar, how to draft it and cut it out. So this is my A-line dress, and I'll be using it to explain how to achieve that halter neck collar. So here on this A-line dress, the neck depth and the neck width for the front piece is 2.5. Both the depth, the width and the depth are 2.5. I hope that's clear. 2.5 for width and 2.5 for depth for the front piece. Now for the back piece is 2.5 for the width but 1 inch for the depth. You can also leave it at half an inch, but it cannot go more than that. Sometimes you use half an inch to 1 inch. It depends on what you want. But in this particular tutorial, I went down by 1 inch. 1 inch depth by 2.5 width for the back piece. So the next thing you're going to do is we'll be drafting out this collar for you to see. So you are going to get a ruler and draw a straight line. Just make sure that the straight line is straight. Draw a straight line. Then after drawing the straight line, just find anywhere and mark as your middle point. You can mark anywhere. So the left side, you are going to mark it as your front, and the right side is going to be your back. Now the next thing you're going to do is to get your measuring tape and measure the back of your collar, the neck. You're going to measure the neck, and while you are measuring, please don't measure the allowance. You're going to measure the exact fabric. So in this case, this is the pattern paper, so we will not be measuring at the allowance, but we'll measure at our pattern. So this is how you're going to put your tape, and you're going to turn it around following the collar. So here what I got, try as much as possible to be careful. What I got is 3. So for our back, I got 3. So from this middle point, you are going to mark 3. Then the front side, you are still going to measure the front the same way I've explained. Don't measure the allowance. You will measure just on the pattern paper. So here I got 4. So from this middle point, you are going to mark 4. So the front measures 4 and the back measures 3. So you are going to decide what is the height of your collar. What is the height of your collar? I want my collar to be 1 inch, 1.5 inch. It's a thing of choice. So you are going to go up by 1.5 if you want your own to be. Mine is going to be 1.5. If you want your collar to be 1.5 too, you're going to go up by 1.5, and for me, I will draw this line so that you guys can see clearly. So you're also going to do the same measurement, 4 by 3. This is 4, this is 3, and then connect these lines. Connect these lines. So after doing that, at the front side, you are going to go up by 1 inch. From the front side, you are going to go up by 1 inch. Now, from this 1 inch, you replace your 1.5 back. So, I'm going to mark my 1.5. So here, you are now going to get your curve roller or freehand and blend this. You are going to blend it. Then at the front here too, you are going to blend it, but you are going to blend it at a 90-degree. You are going to bend your tape. You're not going to mark it straight, but you're going to bend it like 90 degrees and mark your 1.5. This was just to guide us. So at an angle of 90 degree, you mark your half and draw this line, and then blend and then blend it. So this is our collar. Mind you, this is on fold. This is on fold. You are going to cut it on fold. So I'll still show you how to cut it. If you want your collar to be 1 inch, you go by 1 inch. But mind you, here it's 1 inch because this is where it's going to bend and fit into the front neckline. So this is how we draft the collar. We'll be cutting it out on our fabric. We'll be cutting it out on our fabric. So here, this is my fabric, and I will be cutting it out. Now we are cutting it on fold, like this. This is how we are going to be cutting it. And then you're not going to cut it straight. You're going to position it so that this front side will fit into this folded edge. As you can see, this is the front. So you position it properly. I love using pins to hook it because this paper is really hard and it may not likely stay. So this is it. So this place must align and be flat because this is the front side. So the next thing you're going to do is to cut, but in my own case, I like drawing the allowance out. So I will be sewing this with 1/2 inch allowance. I'm using pen so that it will be visible for you guys to see. This is my sewing allowance. I'm marking it out. You can see. So this is my sewing allowance. Remember to add your sewing allowance. Then you can now cut it out. You can choose to remove this, pin it, and then cut it out. You can see the markings already. Make sure everything is as drafted. Now this is, so you're going to cut two of this. You're going to cut it twice. You're going to use the same fabric to lining it. That's why I'm cutting it twice. So go ahead and cut. Then when you cut, remember to cut out a small piece to use as your button loop. You are going to make a loop for your button. So remember to cut out a loop for your button. So after cutting, we'll go to the machine and sew. I've already explained how to get this collar. If you don't understand, go back to the video and watch how to create this collar. The same method is what we apply here. So we'll be cutting two pieces of our collar. Remember to add your allowances. Then we'll go to the machine and start sewing. I have sewn my sleeves. Sorry, I have biased my sleeve. I use the same fabric to sew bias on my sleeve. So you can choose to line yours or you can choose to bias yours. So for me, I have done my biasing. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to fix my sleeve. You are going to do gathers depending on how you want it, gathers or pleats. So for me, I will do pleats. For me, I'm going to do pleats and I'll be joining the pleats to my armhole. So I have pinned my sleeve and I'm going to sew. So you're going to do the same thing. You're going to do the same thing on the other sleeve. This is what everybody should know. You know how to pin your sleeve to your dress and sew it. So go ahead and do it. Then after sewing it, you're still going to join the side seams. Join the side seam. Then we'll come back to the collar. So here we have sewn our collar. We have added a loop. We have sewn our collar and we have added a loop for our button. So this is it. So right now you are going to take your collar and fix it to the neck of your top. And once you have fixed it, that is all. You will go ahead and put your button. That's all for the neck collar. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe and turn the notification bell so that you get notified every week when we post.